Today we are going to start health and hygiene. So health and hygiene. Okay, health and hygiene, these two are correlated terms. Okay, health and hygiene, these two are correlated terms. Now you can see, if hygiene is not there, then there is no health, and if health is not there, automatically you cannot maintain a proper hygiene, right? During a disease you cannot maintain a proper hygiene. Okay, though you must maintain, but human beings cannot maintain, and all animals cannot maintain. Actually, human beings also cannot maintain it. Okay, so today which color do you want? Okay, many days we have not gone to sky blue, so today sky blue. Okay, health is a, now see very carefully. Now health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. That means you would not have, this is according to WHO. First of all, I want to say this. This is according to WHO. So what is the meaning of physical? Physical means you must not have any disease or anything. You must not have any kind of disease. Mental means you must be stress free, and social means you must not have any society pressures at that particular time being. Okay, so in that time you will be called healthy, but it's not possible for every mankind. It's not possible for anybody, right? We cannot be stress free. Suppose something or the other goes on in our mind. When we are dead, in that particular phase, we are like stress free. Stress is always there. We cannot be stress free. We can be for only a few seconds, but that doesn't mean that we cannot be stress free for always and we are always healthy. It cannot mean that. Okay, and not merely absence of any disease. Only physical well-being does not mean that you are healthy. Okay, next, two types of factors that affect a person's health are intrinsic factors and extrinsic factors. Okay, now there are certain factors that affect our health. Some are intrinsic and some are extrinsic. Okay, so factors can be divided into two classes: intrinsic and extrinsic. Okay, so what are these two factors? Intrinsic means the disease that you have in yourself or it is hereditary, that means intrinsic, or stress kind of also called intrinsic. And extrinsic means you have got cold, etc., etc. These are all extrinsic factors. Okay, the things that come, the factors that affect health, the factors that are coming from outside sources are extrinsic, while internal sources are intrinsic. Okay. Next, disease is a condition in which the normal functioning of the body is disturbed. Okay, so that means in a disease, the normal functioning of the body is disturbed. Suppose I am having stomach ache. Okay, in that case, what will happen? My stomach will not work properly and I will have pain. If my stomach works properly, then why should I have pain? Then I am healthy. Okay, next, communicable diseases. These communicable diseases are transmitted from an infected person to a healthy person. Either directly or indirectly. Now diseases are divided into two categories. One is communicable and another is non-communicable. So what is communicable disease? Okay, communicable diseases are transmitted by infected person to a healthy person, either directly or indirectly. Now give me one example. This what we are facing in this time, coronavirus. It's a very highly communicable disease. Okay, now what are they? That means somebody else is having it, he or she sits beside you and you get the disease. That means communicable. Okay, now disease causing organisms are called germs or pathogens. There are many kinds of organisms. Most of them are neutral and some of them are pathogens or germs which causes harm to our body, and some of them do good to our body. Lactobacillus, that's also a bacteria that doesn't cause harm to our body, that does good to our body. While Mycobacterium tuberculosis causes TB, that means tuberculosis causes harm to our body, and so this Mycobacterium tuberculosis is called germ or pathogen. Now, what are germs transmitted from? Germs are transmitted from one individual to another through air, contaminated food, water, soil, direct or indirect contact, or by insects. Now these are various type of factors that carry germs, or they are also known as carriers. Okay, Okay, so next, vectors are the organisms that carry germs from an infected source but remain themselves unaffected. That means what happens? Suppose a mosquito, it sucks the blood of a malaria patient. It carries the protozoa called Plasmodium. Okay, so it is carrying the Plasmodium in its body, and then it sits on a healthy person and sucks the blood of that healthy person also, and therefore the healthy person gets affected by malaria. Okay, so that's what vectors do, but the mosquito remains harmless. The malaria germs does not do any harm to the mosquito. Okay, next. The lack of personal hygiene and exercise, in addition of fast foods, alcohol, tobacco and drugs and some bad habits, leads to ill health, which is also known as socially not healthy or socially diseased. Okay. So this lack of personal hygiene, or maybe suppose you're not bathing every day, that's a personal hygiene lack case, or you're not doing exercise, that's also. Addiction to fast food, these are the causes that will lead to ill health, and the diseases that will affect the social diseases. Addiction to fast foods, many of you have this addiction to fast food, even I have, but it's not good. Alcohol, tobacco and drugs, this is not good at all. These three things are very, very bad for our health, and they cause diseases more faster. Okay, now disease can be prevented by maintaining personal and community hygiene. You may see the video that I have made for class 7 in health and hygiene. I forgot, every class is having health and hygiene, maybe class 6 or 7, any one of the two classes. Or consuming clean water and hygienic food, eating a balanced diet, and by natural defense of the body. Now these all are okay, you know what is a balanced diet, you know what consuming clean water and hygienic food are, but you all don't know what is natural defense of the body. Natural defense of the body, now I'll teach you that. Immunity. Immunity is the ability of a person to resist diseases. It is of two types, natural immunity and acquired immunity. Okay, so first of all, what natural defense means? All the immune cells, the T cells and the B cells. They are all the immune cells, okay? So there are two types of immunities over here. One is this natural immunity and one is acquired immunity. Now what is natural immunity? Natural immunity means the more you eat, the more your body gets more strength and you have more energy. The more vitamins and minerals you take, you can fight against disease, and that's your natural immunity. And what is acquired immunity? Suppose you take a vaccination, okay, or suppose any hereditary immunity. Suppose your mother was very healthy, or I told you in reproduction of plants, no, that some plants are very, very healthy, and while other plants have a good produce, and so they mix up both the plants to give a nice type of disease resistance and a nice type of quality plant they give. Okay, so this is what is called acquired immunity. Okay, so a vaccine is a biological preparation that contains weakened or killed disease causing microorganisms to provide immunity to that disease. Now what happens? A vaccine is a solution of that killed or weakened germ, and when that killed or weakened germ get introduced towards the body, then what happens? All the immune cells go and fight against that and they succeed, but the copy of that disease remains forever in the body, and when a more powerful germ comes in, what happens? The body tries and can resist to that germs. Okay, this is what vaccine is. And vaccination is the introduction of the vaccine into the body to produce immunity against a specific disease. Giving vaccine is known as vaccination in simple words. Now addiction is a condition in which a person cannot register or ingest to a substance as it seems pleasurable. Continuous consumption, however, can result into serious health problems. That means you are having, suppose you are having addiction towards alcohol. What will happen? You cannot live without alcohol. You believe me? Like some people they cannot live without alcohol. They will die if you don't give them alcohol. But that's not good for their health, right? But to them, it seems pleasurable. It seems that it's good for my health. But that's not good. That's infecting the body continuously. But like how addiction is to such an extent that they cannot resist their body to have certain things. Now they cause serious health problems. Now the first or immediate care given to a person in case of emergency because before he or she is taken to the doctor is known as first aid. You have seen this in many cases. Suppose when you go to school and while playing you fall down and you get hurt, your friend take you to the teacher and the teacher applies medicine. So that's first aid. The teacher is obviously not a doctor to give you a quality to give you a nice medicine which will a prescribed medicine. So the teacher gives you something and that's a first aid. Okay, this is what. Okay, so some of your questions are there like this, that addiction is a condition there can be addiction towards anything. Yeah, there can be addiction towards anything. You can have addiction to anything and anything in the world. You can have addiction to your phone, you can have your addiction towards your computer, you can have your addiction towards any food, you can have addiction towards some addictions are good, some addictions are bad, that's also true. Okay, you can have addiction towards studies, that's very good. Okay, you can have addiction towards your dolls. Okay, anything. You can have addiction towards your favorite cloth, anything you can have. Okay, next. Now the terms to know. Health, a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being and not merely an absence of disease or infirmity. Infirmity means, what's infirmity? Infirmity means cannot walk, cannot see, cannot hear, such type of cases. Specialized people. Okay, differently abled people. Okay. Next, disease, any condition during which the normal functioning of an organ or entire organism is disrupted. What if an entire organism's suppose an entire organism's function is disrupted, that means it will ultimately lead to multi-organ failure and it will lead to death. Okay, maybe you don't understand what is multi-organ failure, but you will understand that what is multi-organ failure actually. Multi-organ failure means that multi-organ failure, that means many organs are failing together and at one time the heart will also fail, the brain will also fail. So what happens when these organs fails, it ultimately leads to death. Okay, next, communicable disease, a disease which can spread from one person to another. Okay, I already told you. Botulism, food poisoning caused by consumption of canned food. Canned food contains a certain type of bacteria, okay, that causes botulism. Okay, next, vector, the carrier of disease causing germs. I already explained you. Rabies or hydrophobia. Water phobia. Phobia means fear, water fear. A disease transmitted to human beings by the bite of animals, especially dogs, infected by rabies virus. Would you add two more animals to this? Cats and monkeys. Two more, and then it will complete the list actually. Cats and monkeys. Okay, you add these two. Okay, I'm writing down for you. Cats and you have monkeys. What happened to you here? I think what happens during rabies, if you do not take the injection, it can, the rabies germs go up and up to your brain and it infects your brain. You cannot resist water actually. You cannot see water. You will fear light, you will fear water, and then ultimately it leads to death. There is no cure of this virus. Only if you take the vaccine in right time, you will not get infected. Okay, once you get infected, you will die. Okay, next, immunity, body's ability to resist a disease. Vector, the carrier of disease causing germs. 2 times it's given. Okay, The vaccine, a biological preparation that contains weakened or killed disease-causing microorganisms which provide immunity to that disease. I have already told you in more detail. Vaccination, the introduction of vaccine into a body to produce immunity of a specific disease. Immunization, the process of developing immunity in response to vaccine. Addiction, the condition in which a person cannot resist to ingest substance as it seems pleasurable. Now this vaccination and immunization, I will tell you the differences, but before that let's go through the infographs once more. Now see what's vaccination. Immunity can be acquired by vaccination, which is the introduction of a vaccine into a body to produce immunity to a specific disease. The vaccine is a biological preparation that contains weakened or killed disease-causing microorganisms which provide immunity to that disease. Okay. So now there finally comes the table which I will give to you. Now here you write immunization, and here and here you write vaccination. Okay, so what are these two? Now you will the difference table is that it's a community vaccination. Write down, this is for your points. Okay, this is the community vaccination, and it's an individual vaccination. Okay, these 2 points only for now. Now see, understand it very clearly. Immunization means suppose someone gets a vaccine, like we have slums in India, right? So suppose any one person in the slum is given vaccination, he or she's suppose his or her wastes are getting deposited in the soil, and in the same soil we are growing agriculture, and again we are eating that what is grown, we are eating that. So in that case the vaccine also comes in our body, and it provides antibody, and what is individual. So a community vaccination is done. So individual vaccination is, suppose you get a vaccine and then you keep it within yourself, you doesn't give it to anyone. Okay, this is what is called individual vaccination. Okay, so this was the video. Thank you so much. Bye.